Can you guys hear me? Test 1 2. I know you can't see me, but can you hear me? Just checking. Because I don't know. You can hear me, okay. Okay. So I gotta stop being weird early. Yeah, so it turns out my mic for the past 4 months has been on the wrong setting. It's been on the record the entire room setting instead of instead of recording the thing that's in front of you setting. So I guess when I moved it, because I moved about 4 months ago, the little switch just got knocked, and I never tested it. So we're back to amazing mic sound. I love the way this mic sounds, but it's just been sounding horrible and tinny for the past 4 months. And nobody told me. Well, people was like, Tim sounds tinny, but that's the extent of it. I was like, whatever. I don't know what that means. Yeah, we're gonna start shortly. I'm just popping everybody and getting stuff ready. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody on Twitch too. We're on Twitch and YouTube today. Fun stuff. Trying something crazy. Okay. Rick's gonna wake up soon. I don't know if he's gonna pop in. I don't even know if he knows I'm streaming right now. So let me tell him. Hey, streaming. Okay, let me start this. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? How's life? What are you guys up to? Where's everybody at in their jam game if they're joining? They're joining a jam. If they're doing the old jam stuff. Tim's gonna use you know me too well. So I'm way behind everybody. Just while I'm waiting for everybody's response, I'm way behind everybody because I have not done anything the whole weekend. I was super busy this weekend, so this is about all I have. And I copied this stuff from previous games just to try and get the skeleton going, but I realized I needed a side view skeleton. So then I used this as a reference, and I made 2 different versions. This one's the simpler version. This one's the more complex version. But I've got an idea that I think I'm gonna go with. But that's the cool thing about this jam, right? Is that it's 10 days. You don't have to no life it for a weekend. You can just kind of chill and do cool stuff slowly, right? So, super evil Russians procrastinating. Gang of critters just got started. Okay, working on movement. Learning game dev. Okay. Made a basic set of movements, so I'm building a level prototype at the moment. Okay. Trying to write the music. Ooh, that sounds fun. So many bad ideas in the beginning and struggling with the first pixel art game. Mushroom has a sword now. Oh, okay. You gave a mushroom a sword. That works. So my idea, I'm actually using one of the ideas we generated together that I really, really liked. My idea is necromancy kind of deal. So what I'm going for is, right, I'm going to start with the skeleton, but the idea is that these are all modular parts, okay? Legs, arms, torso, boom, and then head. And the idea is that you can take any one of these and break it out. And let's say there's a goblin. You can put a goblin arm on a skeleton, goblin leg, or do whatever. Basically mix and match the parts. to make little dudes that are either going to attack or defend your castle. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if it's going to be an offensive game where you attack other people's castle, or it's going to be a defensive game where you build your dudes to defend your castle. But I'm going to build. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But I actually don't have any programming done or anything like that. Give one of them a Santa hat. I totally could. I have a Viking helmet that from a lot of my other games. Just, you know what I mean. So for example, this helmet would give you like +5 intellect or whatever, and then this helmet would give you +5 defense, right? And so you could be like, oh, well, I want this guy, I want this head on this torso to give him some kind of bonus stats. Yeah, I've been going back and forth on ideas too. There's so many ideas for this theme though. Like, you could do so much stuff. Your team's been plagued with technical problems. My partner actually had to completely reinstall their OS. Oh no. Oh no. I had to do that when I got my new SSD, and that was not fun. Actually, these days it's a lot easier than it used to be. You remember back in the day when you like had to put a Ethernet driver on a USB stick because you wouldn't be able to connect to the internet when you reinstalled your OS without the Ethernet driver? Yeah, that makes me feel old. So like these days it's like you can download all your programs, all the latest versions of all the programs. You can sync your Dropbox, sync your Google Drive, right? You know. Anyway, let's get started. Let's actually start the code. So I'm going to start a new project. We're going to call it skeleton stuff. Why not? It's going to be an HD landscape project. And yeah. Okay. So this is Construct 3 if you guys don't know. I'm not a Unity guy. I'm not an Unreal guy. I'm a Construct guy. Is the music level okay? I'm gonna turn it down a tiny bit. Turn it down a tiny bit. But it sounds like everybody's making progress, which is cool. That's really, really cool. SFML, what is that? Never heard of that before. I'm gonna add a few layers. I always reserve BG for like the super back layer, and then I always do. I have like a bunch of like weird project requirements. So above BG, and then I have a player layer, and then I have below player layer, and then I have above player layer. I've just found that like with my iterative style, I always want stuff above or below the player, for example, and like it gets complicated if I have to do that later on. But having this kind of deal as it is, so above the player, for example, did I name it above the player layer? Hold on, get rid of the word layer. That was when you talk. It's been a while since I streamed game dev, man. In the jam of doing it very casually. I started yesterday. Well, me too, dude. Me too. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting it today, kind of. Used to work reinstalling Windows XP. I didn't really have to go through the process again until 7 years later, and not having to back up all my drivers. Yeah, that's what I mean, man. It used to be rough. Like, it was actually kind of amazing. There's a software, install a bunch of programs. I forget what. I use this every time I install now. Nine. So so you take this, you click the programs you want, and then you click download, and then it gives you an installer for all of this at once. And it's got so much good free software like Evernote, Zoom, Discord, Skype, iTunes, Spotify, Chrome, WinRAR, like all the stuff that I normally have to go download Blender. It just puts it all in one installer. This makes life so much easier because there's so much of stuff that I've forgotten. I'm like, oh yeah, I need that. And it just, boom. It's pretty sweet. Steam installer's out of date. Well, Steam, they update hourly, so they'll be fine. They'll just be like, hey, you need an update. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. My idea is that I'm gonna create some collider boxes because we're doing parts. I don't want to use collision for the parts, right? So the idea is that I'm just gonna create a box, and the box is gonna be the enemy, and then we're just gonna put this stuff over it. And so visually, the player's only gonna see this guy, but the game is only gonna work with this, just so we can throw whatever we want on top. And then to make life easy, we're actually not going to animate it. We're just going to do like South Park style. It's just going to pop back and forth, like boop, 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 boop. So in addition to the collision box, we're going to do an animation box that we're going to pair in everything to. Collision box is going to stay static. Animation box is going to move. And then the visuals are going to be pinned to the animation box. So that's the plan. So I'm going to do sprite. I'm going to do we're just going to do it crazy for now. We're going to call this player collision box. Insert new object, sprite. Player animation box. Actually, let's call it unit animation box, because there's going to be no player in this game really. It's going to be units. So animation box is going to be invisible. The collision box is going to be invisible, but we can do it later. And then we're actually going to do sprite. Well, let's start exporting our parts just so we have something to work with. And we use this guy as a base. So boom. So I only need one arm and one leg because they're pretty much the same. So we'll do, and this is Inkscape, by the way, anybody wondering. This month we won't feed the animation. I hate animation, man. Like, I love and appreciate good animation, but I hate doing it. You know, it takes so long. In Battle Barn Tactics, I have to manually animate stuff in vector. And it's just, it takes so long. And good animation is so satisfying. I think maybe I'm not good at it. That's part of why I don't enjoy it so much. Okay, quick access. I set up a folder for this already. So let's do parts, or unit parts. And let's create folder skeleton. Actually, we don't need folders for each one. Skeleton, scale, arm. Oh, that's low resolution. Shit. Let me do 96. Let me redo that. There's a bug in Inkscape actually right now that doesn't re-export stuff sometimes. So you have to double check. Make sure that at 168, yeah, that's right. Okay. Scale arm. Selection 96, export as. Unit parts, scale leg. Scale head. Selection 96, boom. Unit parts, scale head. We'll create different objects for all these. Export as scale. Oh no, what am I doing? Scale. Brain. My brain, man. Scale torso. All right, we've got our parts. It just didn't export. That's what I mean. Like, sometimes it's Inkscape. Come on now. Come on. What are you doing? Replace? What do you mean replace? Yeah, you replaced nothing. Thank you. think animation is pain for everybody unless you really have a passion for it. Good animation, man. I think I'm gonna buy not Spriter, but what's the other one? Spine, because good animation. I don't like manually doing the animation, but when you have like inverse kinematics or whatever it's called, IK, and you can move stuff and stuff moves with it, and you can connect the bones together, almost like 3D animation. When you can do that stuff, it makes it so much easier. So skeleton, head, or skeleton. Let's go skeleton default, because this will be. Yeah, so let's load this in. Oh, I'm in Battleborn. Unit parts. Okay, and then this will be unit part head. Boom. I'm gonna clone this. We need the torso. We need the arm. And we need the leg. This is going to be unit part arm, unit part torso, unit part. Load in the art. And this is skeleton default for everything. Man, lots of boring stuff today. Okay. Never used Concert before. How do you like compared to Unity? I like it. Well, that's a hard thing to answer though, right? Because do I like it better than Unity, or am I just more familiar with it? Troy, man, Troy. Can you message me on Discord, please? I was thinking the other day, I need to talk to you. And I was thinking, like, I have no way to contact this man. Like, I just realized, like, I don't know how. I'd have to go through some old YouTube videos and, like, find a comment from you. Can you message me on Discord, please? I need to talk to you. It's good to see you too, man. I've used, okay, I made a skeleton, but it's a pixel art one imported from Procreate. I'm trying to assemble him now, so this is actually really good. Oh, sweet. Yeah, this guy's a little weird, but I wasn't trying to make anything perfect. We should be listening to spooky, scary skeletons. I mean, we can. Let me scale all this down. This is probably too HD for what I want to do. I didn't realize it was all this big. You know, the massive bear that Tim does. Yeah, well, Tim needs to take care of this massive bear because it's way too massive on my face. I think we went too big. That's what I think. Well, it's fine. We can scale it down. So okay. Let's see if we can get this whole rig working. So unit collision box. Unit animation box. Well, you know what? Okay, let me clone this. I've got another idea. Because we have the whole parenting system, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do unit, player, unit enemy. Enemy is going to be red, player is going to be green. So these objects are going to fight each other, basically. That's our code. But on top of it, these are going to be parented to an animation thing that's going to go boop, 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 boop. And then these are going to be parented to this. Well, it is a bear of a beard. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Okay, so before we do the hard part, well, I guess we got to figure out what plugin we're going to use for movement, right? So, well, we're going to need advanced random for sure. Let's go ahead and add that. We're going to need keyboard for sure. Let's add that. Listening to this while doing yard work. Never made a game, but I'm hoping to at least start after the kids go to bed. Dude, only one way to start, right? And that's to start. Like, there's no other way through it. You gotta know. You gotta start somewhere. I went to a. I've never built a robot before. Okay, and this past weekend I went to a robot building competition. Well, a robot combat competition. You're supposed to build your robot before, and then bring it. I got slaughtered. My robot got torn apart. But you got to go through the embarrassing starting period, right? To get to the fun, I know what I'm doing period. And it's uncomfortable. And it sucks sometimes. But you got to do it. All right, what am I doing? I'm trying to find... It's a behavior. So let's add... Right, so add behavior. Probably tile movement. Finds paths around obstacles. Move to. Okay, let's use the move to behavior. Actually, okay, let's do this even better. Let's add a family. And we'll call it unit enemy, unit player. And we'll add the move to, we'll call these units. And we'll add that behavior to the family. Family is like a class. We'll also add tween. We need tween. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a basic system real quick to where we can test kind of our animation. I just want it to run back and forth. So we're going to do units on created. They're going to spawn an animation box on layer units layer name. So every time one of these gets created, it's going to spawn one of these, and then also it's going to add it as a child in an animation box, and it's going to keep the X and Y. It's not going to do the width, height, or the angle, and it is going to destroy with parent. So now we've got our animation box every time it spawns, right? So now what I'm going to do is unit is moving, or on arrive, on hit solid. Set angle, stop on solids. Rotate speed, deceleration. Well, I'm going to do, let me add in mouse control. Before it looks pretty cool. Thank you. Well, I mean, I didn't make the engine, but it does look cool. On click, left click. It's basically Bolt or, you know, Unreal Blueprints, but in a 2D engine. I'm kind of, the stuff I'm doing with Battleborn is kind of pushing the limits of it, so I think I'm going to move to Godot or Unity at a later point. But for right now, this works really well for jam games, and it works really well for 2D games. On left button click, I'm actually going to try this. So I'm going to move this out of here. We're just going to use this guy for now. And I'm gonna do some hackery stuff. So his UID is 2. So I'm actually gonna pick by UID 2, and I'm gonna move him to mouse X. So right now, if I click, so he's gonna go to wherever I click to now. Right. So if I go here, he's gonna click. He's gonna go there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get this animation box, the blue box, kind of wobbling back and forth like that to animate. Boop, 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 boop. And then we're going to parent the skeleton to the box to get them animated back and forth. And then we can do whatever we want. I'm just going to kind of get the movement animation system done, because I feel like that's the most complicated part. The game design is fun. I just want to get the other stuff out of the way. Tim, when's your birthday? It's in December. It's not today, unless there's presents involved. Put off starting too long because I wanted to be perfect, but that's a ridiculous mentality. Even someone who's done it for 20 years isn't going to make something perfect. Exactly. I'm a little nervous we don't have a prototype that's playable yet. This far into the jam, we have a lot of systems, but they all need to be ready to work. Yeah, I feel you. It could be worse. You could be me and just starting. You could have 3 lines of code. Okay, so we're gonna do units. Is there not like a when move start? I guess there's just is moving, right? All right, so here's what we'll do. So we'll do a function. It'll be called move unit. And the function needs 2 parameters. It'll be X. It'll be Y. It'll be unit UID. Put that first. Move unit UID XY. Yeah, so I'll just swap this out for the function then. Move unit to mouse dot X mouse dot Y. And we'll call the function, which will also, well, I can't call it on itself, so hold on. So it'll pick a unit UID. Will move, but then it'll also start the animation. So my idea is that we can use tween. So I'm gonna tween. Well, first we'll set angle. Set angle To construct, 0 angle is actually facing to the right. So if what I'll do is I'll create another variable called move angle. It'll be a number about, let's say about 15 degrees. And so the set angle will be negative move angle at first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tween it to the other side of that. So it's going to go from negative 15 to positive 15. And it's going to tween one property, tween one value, angle, end value is going to be move angle, time, we'll figure that out later, but I think 0.5. We want it to be fast, right? We're going to go boop, 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 boop. We're going to keep ease on default, destroy and complete no. We are going to loop it, yes, and we are going to ping pong it as well. So it's going to ping pong back and forth. And then we'll also say unit on arrived. So when it reaches destination, we're going to stop the tween. The tween's going to be move animation. Or no, actually, we're not doing it to this unit, are we? We're doing it to the animation box. So my bad. Let me add that tween there. So we have the unit ID. It is spawned as a child, so we can actually pick children. Children would be unit animation box, its own child. And let me swap that for unit animation box. So it's going to tween now. It's move animation. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to pick its child, which is the animation box. And we're going to stop. Specifically, we're going to stop this tween. So I'm going to copy that. Why is everybody telling me happy birthday? Or is this somebody else's birthday? Whose birthday is it? Spent 6 years making a game in Game Maker Studio 2, and I like my next project to be in Godot, Unity, and Unreal. Yeah, you know, I downloaded Unreal the other day, and I'm actually really impressed. Unreal 5 is no joke. It is legit. All right, let's see. So when I click, it should move to wherever I click, and then this should wobble back and forth. Okay, that's good. That's exactly what I want, but it's way too slow. So let's do like 0.2. I think it needs some bounce. Well, you know what? Let's try a different ease option. So ease, if you guys don't know, is the algorithm that it uses to go from one number to the other. So linear is 0 to 1 on the same speed the whole time. Elastic, for example, is 0 to 1, but then it bounces back and forth a little bit. And bounce is similar. So let's go. I don't actually know how this works. Sinusoidal, but I know it looks cool. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna create another one here. I'm gonna go move animation 2. It's going to set the Y, and the end value is going to be units dot y minus 10, and it's going to loop and it's going to ping pong. So it should move up and down now. Oh, but it can't move, can it? Okay, so that won't work. Well, let's see it on the skeleton. Let's see it on the skeleton. So let's actually work on the skeleton now. Okay, so there are these things called image points for people that don't know, and I'm going to add image points around this torso so that we have a good idea of where to go. Image point 1 is going to be head. 2 is going to be L, arm. 3 is going to be R, arm. I don't like that. Let's do arm underscore L. Let's do all caps actually. Arm L, arm R, head, add new image point, leg L, add new image point, leg R. Okay, so head's going to be here, arm L is going to be here, arm R is going to be here, leg L is going to be here, leg R is going to be here. And we'll fix those if those aren't good enough. Now, that's for the torso, because the torso is going to be the main thing, right? The head, the origin of it is going to be like here. That's like the base of the skull. The arm, the origin point is going to be like right here. That's where it's going to rotate. Boom. And the leg, the origin point is going to be like right here. Boom. So now we'll do on created unit. We will basically do this over again. Do spawn a unit part torso, and we'll add a child, but the child, actually, let's replace units with unit animation box. Yeah, so then it spawns a child, but then X and Y, and angle, and width and height. So now this is a child added as a child, and then we're going to copy this again, and we're going to spawn the unit part torso. We're going to spawn a unit part arm, but this time we're going to move the unit part arm to move to object in front of unit part torso. Oh, no, wait. We don't want to move it to set position to another object. Unit part torso, and then it's going to ask for the image point. So now we can put the name in. So the name image point is going to be arm underscore L. And then we add it as a child. So this is all left arm. Can I add a comment in here? Yes. Arm. Copy this to right arm. So we can keep track of this. Probably add a function, and that's for the body part, but we're doing it dirty right now. So right arm is going to spawn the same exact part. Only thing it's going to do different is going to spawn on the right side. So arm R image point. We're also going to add it as a child again. Then we're going to do left leg. And replace unit arm with unit leg. And then leg R. Or leg L. Well, up this. Left leg. L. And then right leg. Boom. Leg R. Unit part leg. Left leg, and then we need the head. That's all we need, right? Boom. Head. Let's replace the part leg with the part head. And let's place it on head. All right, let's see if we did it right. Okay. Boom. So now we've got to flip it too, and we've got to put it on the bottom. You know, I think we need to scale everything down. I think. Or you know what? If we did this, hold on. Construct is really cool because it's smart enough to, it basically spawns stuff in the configuration that you last had it. So if we did that, yeah. Cool. So the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna change the origin point to the bottom for the animation image. So, and we're also going to tweak the 15 degrees. 15 is a little bit too much, I think. Do 10 degrees. Let's do 10 degrees and then let's speed it up. That's a little too fast. Let's also change the sign. Let's do in-out cubic. I have no idea what this is, but we're going to try it till we make it right. You know what? Okay, that looks better. Instead of 0.1 is a little too fast, let's do 0.5. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, kids. We need to mirror it, obviously. We need to mirror it when it's moving back left. When we add, before we add the child, set position. Or actually, we're going to set y, self.y plus self.height divided by 2. Before we add it as a child. That's going to place it on it like that. So we've got our collision box, right? Let's spawn the torso a little bit higher. So y, or set y. So y minus 100. Everything else should spawn on the torso. Yeah. So let's try 200. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, that's going to look really good at scale. So now we've got dynamic animation. Oh, the other thing is when you stop, we need to set your angle to 0. Set angle to 0. Right, so you're going to make it to there, and then you're going to stop, and you're going to be normal. Act normal. Act normal. The other thing is your right arm. So arm R. Before we're going to set the angle. Let's set it because it needs to be up more, right? So it needs to be, let's say minus 30. You see how right now it looks a little deformed, right? So this should make it look a little bit more natural. Yeah. And we also need to put the right leg and the right arm behind the torso. So let's do that. Well, the leg looks fine, right? It's just the arm. Yeah. But they need to be behind the torso. Everyone get Tim to leave the dark side and come to Unity. Yeah. Unity is very intimidating. It's actually the most intimidating engine out there. It's like, not that I'm intimidated by it, but like when you open it up, there's just so much shit everywhere that it's complicated. Like, it doesn't do a good job of presenting stuff to you for the first time anyway. Like, once you know where everything is, it's like, okay, this is easier, but still, at first it's just like, whoa. Finish this. Okay, right arm, the order, move to object, torso, behind. Okay, so that's right arm, and then we'll do right leg, same deal. Look at that, we're magical. We're magical. We're magical. Okay, so then if we take both of these and we say initially visible unchecked, now we've got our skeleton. You know, he's 10 degrees is still a little much. Let's bump it down to 5 degrees. Oops. Look at that. Look at that. That was that was the most complicated way that I've ever made units walk. Can I just say that? That was the most complicated way that I've ever made units walk. But now what we have is we have a unit walking system that we can swap out all the parts for. So this guy can have any arm, he can have any leg, he can have any head. So it's pretty sweet. We do need to mirror it when we start to move him. So since we have the X and Y, let me change this to destination X. Make it super clear. Destination Y. Then what we're going to say is if we're going to compare two values, we're going to say units.x is less than destination x, or else. So it's either less than destination or it's not. If the unit x is currently less than the destination, that means the destination is to the right. So we're going to set it not mirrored. Not mirrored. Otherwise, we're going to set it mirrored. I don't know if these skeletons are going to be mirrored as well. We'll find out. So to the right. Oh, look at that. Oh, but the arm angle messes up. Okay. This looks pretty cool though. This looks pretty cool. Like, I mean, this works pretty well, minus this little arm. It's starting to look... It's starting to look cool, right? We're getting somewhere. How do when we add the child, we set the angle. Obviously, we have to set the angle. Oh man, that's gonna get complicated. That one little visual glitch is gonna get complicated. Well, it's only for the arms, right? The legs look okay. Yeah, the legs look okay. Okay. I'm gonna hit save, because who knows what could happen, right? Actually, I'm gonna cloud save file, project, save as, cloud save, jams, folder, GDTV 2022, skeleton stuff. Because now I can just hit Control S and it'll cloud save for me. Walking like a bell or something. Dude, this is going to get really cool once we start swapping out units and different unit parts. Let's bump up his speed a little bit too. I know it's probably too early to start tweaking stuff like that, but max speed, let's go 400. Acceleration, let's go 1200. Yes. Boom. Okay. All right, let's fix this animation issue. So what do we have to do? We have to pick. So that means we're going to need a unique identifier for the arms as well, right? So we probably should add these all in the same family. So add family. And we'll call them unit parts. And parts will have a variable called tag. And tag will be a string. And we don't need the string on the torso or the head, but on the arms, set the value of tag to arm L and arm R. The same thing for leg. Place it with leg, and it'll be leg L, and then leg R. Right? You might as well set the tag for everything. Might as well. Even if we don't need it, we might need it later for something. I don't know. So. Okay. So I'm actually probably going to turn this whole thing into a function called create unit rather than on created of unit, but I'm just doing this all to test it all out. So now we've got a tag for each individual body part. So then what we'll do here is we will pick children. Actually, we'll pick children of animation box. No, we'll replace units with animation box. And then we'll pick the children unit part arm. So now we've got two arms picked. So then we pick unit part arm, where tag is equal to arm R. Right? Yeah, because that's the one that's 30 degrees. Okay, so now we've got that specific. Oh no, we've got to do this here, don't we? Okay, so hold on. So now that we have the animation box there, we're going to need two of these, and one for each scenario. So if it's not mirrored, then we're setting arm R. And actually, I don't even think this is going to move, because it's parented to -30. But then if it is mirrored, we're setting it to +30. And I don't think that's going to work by itself because it's parented to not. Oh, it does work. And okay, there. Well, there we go. We fixed it. Feature, not a bug. Okay. All right. Well, that works. All right. Well, that's all we needed. We did. I thought we were gonna have to unparent it, but I guess when we set the child, we did do angle. But I guess you can move the angle independently. I didn't think you could. Okay, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Okay, so now we've got a whole unit, right, that we can do whatever we want with. I still think it's too big for what we want because I'm imagining like a castle the size of his torso for the game I want to make, right? So it's probably way too much space. So actually, I think I'm gonna. Well, what's actual res of this? Right there. Okay, so well, we may need the UI where you drag and drop parts. So we may actually need it that big in like actual file size dimensions, but we may need to scale it down in the actual game. So that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scale this down even more. Oh, this is weird. Why is it scaling the leg down so much more than the arm? The legs and the arms together. Weird. And that, okay. I guess okay, whatever. Let's try it now. Okay. Okay, he looks cool. He's got baby legs, he does. He does. Let's see how small we can actually go. Let's see. I want to go like right there. Let's do these together. Give him little baby legs. No, that looks stupid. We could let's give him a mega head. Oh. Oh, you know what the sizing messes with though is the animation box. We're gonna have to change that for a second, but that's fine. I'm finding that he's a little too detailed for what I want. Yeah, you see how he's way up here? He needs to be down here. Okay, but that's about the size I want, I think. So now that we know that, I'm gonna scale. Well, like how wide is this, for example? It's 29 by 43. All right, so let's resize this to 40 by 120. By 100. Okay, that's about where I want it. Right there, right? So that's the animation box, and then the game box by extension. Let's make it a 40. Well, how did this end up? Let's make 1:1. Okay. Let's make this a 40 by 40. Let's do 40 by 80. So yeah, so his hitbox, no, let's do a 30 by 80 because the hitbox should be smaller. Well, yeah, the player hitbox should be smaller. 30 by 80. 30 by 60. Yeah, 30 by 60, and then the enemy box should be a 40 by 80. The collision boxes. So it should be easier to hit the enemy and harder to hit the player. Imagine a Mega Man style game where instead of upgrading the arm cannon, you swap out the body parts. Yeah, we totally could. Like, we could go a different route, right? Like, we could have him as the main character instead of one of 1,000 units. That could be kind of cool. Just swap on your parts. We could totally do that. So I'm gonna have to just fix scaling issues now. Yeah, like that. So instead of minus, what did I say, minus 200? Let's do minus 50 now. Oh, I moved all this over here too. Let's do that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let's make it not visible anymore. And then we just got our skeleton. Boom. Okay, see, the idea is that now you're gonna have a bunch of minions, right? And your minions are all gonna have different body parts that you can all swap out independently. But we do have kind of an art headache ahead of us, but it should be fine. The legs look way too tiny. We need to, looking at this, I think we need to, I'm gonna take an arm, a leg, I'm gonna make them thick boys. I'm gonna thicken them up a little bit. So I'm gonna take this guy, for example, and just go. I'm gonna take these. Boom, boom. Let's do that. I know the proportions are a little bit off, but I think those don't scale as well as I thought they would, So we just need some wider options. And I'm just going to delete that one and just use this one. And same thing here. And obviously these aren't supposed to be the magical end-all be-all of parts. I just want to get parts up and running in the game. All right, so now we've got thicker arms and legs. Let's try it. Unit parts, scale arm 2. And then let's do selection. Why did I do that? Scale leg 2. Yeah, because the arms are just looking a little too dinky to me. There we go. There we go. Let's make sure the origin points are where they need to be. Because we changed it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, you can see it better now. You can see it better now. Look at that. I love this. I have my base map now, and I need to work out how the fuck to control the player. Yeah, well, good luck on that. It's hard. Player controlling is hard. Okay, so the idea, let me just insert a quick sprite, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. do like a door. Well, let's do like a light gray. Boom, 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 boom. Gray. Where my brown at? Castle. That's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, so like, oh, defend the, or I don't know if you're going to defend it or you're going to attack it. Like, I think either you pre-create a bunch of minions with a bunch of parts, and then you spawn them to attack a castle, or you place down like singular units, like Frankenstein's, to defend your castle. Almost like a tower defense, but with creatures. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any ideas? You could determine the future of my game. Could do attack, then once you've taken it, you have to defend it. You could. I want to keep the scope small, though. Because, like I said, I'm already 3 days late joining this jam. What's Construct? It's a 2D game engine. Unless you're talking about an AI construct, in which case, what is Construct is a completely different question. I probably couldn't help you there. He wiggles. He should breakdance to defend. You want to make a breakdancing game, Alyssa? I could do that. Program you're using. I mean, we have a skeleton moving around a castle. I mean, we made some progress, okay? So the other thing is the legs could carry speed stats, right? So like this guy's right now, his speed is a certain thing. Each leg could have a speed bonus, but also a defensive bonus if you have like an armored leg, and that would create the stats for your unit. So the arm could also be an offensive bonus, but also if it has a shield, it's a defensive bonus. Or HP, you know. You have heard of Draggy Dog. Have you heard of Wobble Skelly? Skelly Wobble. Do the Skelly Wobble. Skelly Wobble. Do the Skelly Wobble. Skelly Wobble. Like stronger limbs? Yeah, pretty much. So they're all broken down into parts now, right? So like you can have whatever you want. +1 calcium. You gotta drink your milk, eat your bananas. Nanas and granola. So I'm not gonna have all skeletons, right? Like I might have skeletons with a sword or skeleton with a shield, but I must also have goblin parts, right? And then I might have like, I don't know, troll parts. So you might have a troll arm that's like really strong, but really powerful offensively, but really bad defensively. Or, you know, it might -1 intellect. I don't know why I keep going back to intellect. I don't know what intellect would do in this game. But basically your unit is going to be a bunch of stats. Sword and staff for melee casters. Yeah, stuff like that. It could actually be weapons and not just stats too. So like ranged weapon versus close weapon. If the legs had different speeds, would it make them shamble at different rates? See, y'all are getting too complicated now. I just made the skeleton wobble, okay? I was pretty proud of my skeleton wobble. We can stick to that. I want to wobble in skeleton. I don't want to like dynamically wobble based on individual legs. That's a little over my skill set here. I think I want you to attack. I think attacking would be more fun. But the question is, what does the game look like now, right? So like, I think we can give you a castle. We can give you a few enemies. So a few skeletons. Not good enough. What up, Vimlark? This is okay. This is IK enough. This is close to IK. It wobbles. It wobbles with different parts. I mean, I'm impressed. I impress myself. That doesn't happen often. Okay, so I'm thinking the castle, you're going to spawn these little skeletons, right? But made out of whatever parts you want. So not skeletons itself. So we need like a UI to like drag parts together to make a unit. So it's going to be like a head, like a UI to drag parts together. I don't know how else to say that. Like a UI to drag parts together. How's everyone else's entry coming along? That's what I'm curious about, because I got wobbling skeleton. That's about it. This castle is not about to fall down. It is perfectly stable. There. There. You happy? There. I fixed it. Draggy zombies. Okay, instead of 2 legs, you can have a draggy butt. You know, we could totally add dog paws in here as limbs. I don't want to go into the art pipeline today though, because I want to get the kind of game done so that I know kind of what parts I'm making. Functional FPS control. Oh, I thought you were telling me to add functional FPS controls. I'm like, that's a little out of scope here, Lisa. But it's good that you have functional FPS controls. Yeah, the castle's just on a hill. Thank you. Okay. Let's move all this into a function. And then actually let's just organize our code a little bit. We'll add a group, we'll call it units. Move unit is in there. We'll add another function called spawn unit. Spawn unit will be, it'll take parameters spawn X, spawn Y, type, or let's do team. So it's a team, right? So team will be a string. So player or enemy. Actually add that in the description. Player or enemy as a team. This is the first jam I've joined. Can't wait to try all these games. And sweet, dude. Congrats, Michael, on your first jam. Hope there will be some nice tree art. Really? I put all this work into skeleton. You're talking about the trees that don't exist there. Here, you know what? You know what? Just for you. I'm gonna add nice tree art for you. How about that? That tree. Yeah. Okay, well, you get what you get. Add all this to the player layer. But that brings up, we got to do the Z order too. We got to do the above and or behind and in front of code, which we haven't done yet. You just walk over everything now. Okay, so spawn unit, spawn X, spawn Y, team, and then we're going to need parts, right? So we are going to need parts. So parameter part head string head animation. The default value, default animation for head, which is skeleton default. I think that's what it's called on all of them. Skeleton default. I'm gonna copy it up. Part torso. Torso is skeleton default too, right? Yeah, they're all skeleton default. Okay. Part torso. Torso animation. Part arm left. Part arm right. Left arm animation. Right arm animation. Part leg left. Left leg animation. Part right leg. Part leg right. Head, torso. There's actually 6 parts in total. So 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay. For some reason I thought there was 5. So 6 parts in total. And now we're going to take this code right here. So the only difference here is we're actually going to spawn a unit. So let's do that real quick. So team, player, enemy. So we'll say the first thing we'll do is we'll say player variable if team is equal to player, team is equal to enemy. More cowbell, Tim? We need more cowbell. People want my skeleton to have a draggy dog bottom, and I disagree with that. You never see me concentrating so much. No, it's been a while since I started a new project, man. I'm hundreds of hours into my other one. So team player. Right now, so this ain't no draggy dog, but it's a wobble skeleton, okay? That's what it is. Wobble skeleton. So if it's a player, we're gonna create an object, unit player, on layer player. X is going to be spawn X, spawn Y. Template, no, we don't need a template. Otherwise, we're going to create unit enemy. Same deal. Either way, we're going to temp UID. We're going to set value of temp UID to unit player dot UID. Oops. UID. Instead of unit player, this is going to be unit enemy. And then we're going to take units. We're going to pick by UID. Temp. Now we've got the unit, which is what we have here. And start spawning stuff. Add a comment real quick. Spawn the unit animation box. And then do all this stuff. Another comment and spawn torso. Then all this stuff goes bye-bye. Because now we have this whole create spawn unit deal. The one thing we do have to do real quick, I'm gonna add on a right button click. I'm gonna call spawn unit. And it fills in the defaults. What the team is going to be player. Spawn X is going to be mouse.x, mouse.y. Okay, so it's got all the defaults. But one of the things we have to do is now we have to set the individual animation for each part, right? And we have to do that before we do any of the child stuff. So set animation to part torso, right? So part torso, okay. And then this is that's the torso. This is the left arm. So part arm left. This is the right arm. So part arm right. This is the left leg. So we're going to place it with leg. Part leg. Right leg. Leg right, and then finally the head. Okay. Let's try this out now. Let's see if it works. Can we not paste links? Links might be disabled. I'm not sure about the stuff. I'm not sure how it's set. Have fun, Rick. I am doing it solo. Rick's trying to help, but the words draggy dog over and over isn't really much of a help. So I'm going to right click right here and see if it spawns a skeleton. It do. Oh, and our move unit doesn't actually do anything because we picked by UID. So actually what I'm going to do is for each unit now, units, I'm going to move every unit to. This isn't going to work because these aren't going to stop when they hit each other, so they're all just going to collapse. But the idea now is I can create all these skeletons. I can click. See, they're going to overlap each other. That's what I said. So we'll fix all that code later, but for now it's pretty cool. But what's going to be interesting is when these units all have different stats. They're all going to have different move speeds and stuff like that. And then we're also going to make sure that they don't sit and overlap, which is going to be cool. So now we've got all these different units. Boom. And the little, the one from over there just comes. This one. He's like, hey guys, I want to be friends too. So we'll actually do, start of layout, player, destroy, enemy, destroy, box, destroy. So it'll destroy all of the parts. Destroy. So the reason I'm doing this is because when you keep them in construct inside the layout, they preload into the layout, so you don't have to worry about them loading as you spawn them for the first time. But the other part of this, construct now knows that when they're in this layout, I want them at this size when they spawn for the first time. So I'm keeping all this stuff here, but I'm also deleting it right when the game starts so that I have it preloaded exactly like this when it spawns. So that looks like something like this, right? Exactly how I want them. And then they can all do their own thing. Perfect. Yeah, I'm using Construct 3. It's actually in the browser. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it's pretty sweet. It's in the browser. What other game making program can you use in the browser? It's pretty sweet. Okay. So we've got our spawn unit function working. We've got our move unit function working. This is working out pretty sweet. So right now we need two things for our game. We need the visual glitch of Z order. So when all of these guys walk with this tree, these top two guys should be behind the tree. The bottom two guys should be in front of the tree. But right now they're all just on top of the tree. So we need the Z order to fix that. Godot, yeah, the Godot, the new stuff with Godot runs in the browser. It's pretty sweet. I'm excited to use that. I'm really excited for that. I'm really, really excited for that. Godot 4, man. Can't wait. Okay. So we need the Z order, obviously. And then we need like the collision code to where they don't all overlap each other. So these guys, when I send them to the same point, they shouldn't they shouldn't combine into one unit. Like, look, we're trying to start a cult huddle here, right? So if we get a little cult and we want them to like huddle, they shouldn't like just join their energy together. They should all still be visible. The other part of that is the combat logic, right? So we need them to fight each other. Right now we're only spawning players and enemies, but we need them to spawn. We got to give them AI basically. Yeah, but I'm really happy that that works. You know, the other thing that we can do too is right now the moving a unit, the speed of their wobble is hard-coded, but we can absolutely make the speed of their wobble dependent on the speed of their actual unit. So if slower guys, if you're half as slow, you wobble half as fast, which could be kind of cool, right? Then you can kind of visually see it all. So, oh man, this is a lot of work though. This is a lot of work. I might have overscoped this for myself. I didn't know. Started this event late. I'm a total noob. I get you. I just started an hour and a half ago. This is all I had. It's artwork. And this beautiful artwork, obviously. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I want to make a game about you attacking a castle. That's what I think. I think that's going to be it. But I think since we've already got this whole custom unit stuff, right? And we've got the ability for custom units to be enemies. I think a lot of the enemies that you're going to be fighting could use our current system, right? So these could be players. These could be enemies. So we need some kind of like visual identifier, I guess, to let me know which one is which. So you know what we can actually use for that is we can use unit animation box. So I can rename this to player. And then I can have another one called enemy. Enemy can be red. And player can be green. But that confuses it. Hold on. You know what I'll do real quick is we've got a, let's make an image the size of like our unit basically. Then let's make the fill like a green, but then let's blur it. Actually, so let's make it like something like this. It's a, I don't know, it's a pickle. It's a blurry pickle. Okay, so then this would be the player and this would be the enemy. We'll obviously change these later, right? But let me export them. Boom, export as unit parts UI player BG exporting selection enemy BG, and then we'll go ahead and load these in there. This might be way too big. Yeah. Oh my God, what did I do? What scale? What? How is this almost 96? It's the same size. 348. I guess this is like triple 348 or double 348. Whatever. Oh, player, I loaded the same one in, didn't I? Okay. You guys have a course on art? We have multiple courses on art. It just depends on which kind of art course you want. We've got Blender. We have a lot of Blender courses. We have a lot of Blender courses. So that's 3D art, right? And then we have a 2D drawing course. We have got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so beginner Blender bundle is a good place to start. Blender environment artist. There's a bunch of 3D Blender stuff if you want that. But if you go to courses and art, we've got pixel art, we've got drawing, we've got GIMP. Although this one is a little outdated, so I don't recommend this one. Yeah. So set animation to team. Let's see how this works. Spawn unit animation box. Oh, it's not visible. Let's make it visible. Okay, so we know those are players now. When we spawn a unit, I'm going to make it random. So when I left click, instead of team being player, going to choose player or enemy. Now, so these guys are enemies. Okay, look at that. Check that out. And they both respond to commands. This needs to be not initially visible. The other part of that is units should not set the angle. Yeah. Yeah, so they should stay the same angle. Right. Okay. That was the point of separating the animation box. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Let's move the origin point up on these. Like there. And then apply to all animations. Let's move it down a little bit. Still need to move it down a little bit. Apply to all animations. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to make it about 50% opacity. There you go. So now you can kind of just see whose unit is whose. I wish you both 0 bugs. May your software be bug-free. And your life be easy. There you go. I feel like we could make a... What if this guy talks to this guy and they're friends, but these two guys hate these guys? We could make like a story generator. Ooh, I don't really know what the purpose of... It's like Christmas lights. Christmas skeleton lights. And then they converge like a Megazord. Into an ugly yellow-brown. Okay, I'm just wasting time now. All right, how long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. Feel like I'm losing a little bit of steam, but we got this. So we need AI now. And in order to have AI, we need stats. And stats would be determined by parts. And parts need to be listed in an array. For all of the stats. So we've got to do all the data stuff. And the data is not fun or visual. So we're going to have to do a little bit of game design. Well, I guess we could just give them attack and health. And then get the combat working. What's the difference between an array and a list? An array pretty much is a list. But an array is like a spreadsheet. So it's a linear list, but it can also have multi-dimensions to it. Like you can have XY coordinates. Call of Skeletons and Necromancer Zone. It could be. Call of Spoopy. Can you do a multi-dimensional list? I don't know if you mean list as in just the word list, or if you're referring to list as like something in a specific technical term. So if you're referring to a list as a technical thing, I don't know what you're referring to. Like in C#, yeah, I'm not super well versed in C#, so I'm not the dude to ask. Tim, can I send you a link with some screenshots in Discord? I'll tell you what you can do. You can post them in, if you go into the GameDev.tv Discord, GDTV Game Jam 2022, you can post them here. A bunch of cool people got a bunch of cool stuff in here. And I highly recommend that you hang out with people and post your stuff. Which, if anybody does want to post their stuff, by the way, I'll take a look at it. You want to post screenshots of your stuff on Discord. You cannot create a multi-dimensional list in C#. See hashtag. Yeah, I'm a construct guy, so I'm not. That's why I was like, I don't know if you're talking about a technical thing or a specific. Because in construct, there are dictionaries too, like in JavaScript. And a dictionary is different than an array because a dictionary is only a key and a value. That's it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Are you using Unreal, huh? This looks good. Which channel in Discord for screenshots? GameDev.tv Game Jam 2022. Right here, under live events. This is sweet, dude. It's high tech. I don't know why my streaming thing doesn't work. It should say Tim Messwick is streaming. Oh, look at this. Look at these. Ooh, card games. I like card games. I think we've ruined some conversations. I think we ruined some conversations of people. But we're posting cool stuff, man. So this is like a microbial planet. It's almost like a... Are you terraforming? Are you trying to invade planets? Huh. It's cool. And this looks like a escape room kind of deal. Get out. Like Spore, Magic the Gathering? Really? Oh, look at these. These are cool. I'm a fan of art like this. Like, my art is weird and wacky like that. You're a ghost and your goal is to scare away potential home buyers and avoid ghost hunter teams. Okay. Okay. That's a cool animation. I love this hand-drawn style, you know? Like, I love something about like the squiggly lines that I really love. I haven't figured out how to quite do that in Vector, because Vector is so like precise and clean. Listen, I feel attacked right now. I feel attacked. Trying to say something about my wobbly skeletons? Or is this an actual hint for your project? Yeah, I'm gonna put the sus eyes on that. Oh, this is cool. Tank pugs, I'm about it. Oh, attack on Ares. Okay. That's pretty cool. You guys are making progress. Okay, listen. Okay, I thought you were making fun of my skeletons. Cool. You guys are making progress. You guys are making more progress than I am. Good for y'all. I'm proud of you. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna stream. Tomorrow is the live cast at 5 p.m. EST, and then I've got some meetings in or around there. So I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. So check back in the Discord. I haven't figured out a really good way to. I don't want to tag everybody every day of the week for when I'm streaming. I am going to be streaming every day of the week. I'm going to try to just kind of keep the hype up and the energy up and make sure everybody's working on their stuff and not quitting, because you definitely want to submit because you get a free course, man. How could you not want a free course? So we got 6 days left. Plenty of time. Keep doing your thing. Keep making games. We have a featured content creator list now. All of these beautiful people down here are streaming or YouTubing their journey. So check them out. Give them some love. Hit subscribe. Hit follow. If you want your name on this list, hit this contact, and we'll add you there as well. So keep doing that. Like I said, I'm gonna probably stream every other day of the jam now. But I don't know how to do that without hitting up everybody in Discord, and I don't want to keep bothering everybody every day of the week. So just keep an eye out for the notifications if you want to watch the streams. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube with the bell, and then on Twitch, hit follow if you want to be notified when the streams start. Den of Wolves, you should stream, man. We'll put you down there. Yeah, but tag everyone's only a week. Yeah, but I mean, we have such a big Discord, man. It's 60,000 people in there. And every time you tag everybody, people mute the server. I don't want to bother them. We'll see, but I will see you lovely, beautiful people tomorrow. Sometime. It'll probably be later, though. It'll probably be around right now that I'll start streaming, just so you guys know. But we'll be back for the live cast at 5 p.m. And we'll do that. So I'm gonna put up a graphic that says stream starting soon, but it's not gonna start soon. It's ending. I'm just gonna put that there to cover my face. End of Jam is Sunday night, May 30th, 2022 at 6 p.m. The 30th is Monday night. Yeah. So, have a good night, everybody.